light. That's right. Yeah. He's turning on the light. Check it out. Turning on the light so everybody can see what's going on tonight, right? Let everybody see what you're doing in the darkness. You heard me?
Yo, 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 what's happening, my people? It's Tuesday, and we coming at it you, man. July 30th, 2024, with another super duper hot topic, man. For real. Former Lexington, Kentucky pastor accused of raping a minor appears in court. The bond was set at $250,000 for Zachary King. He was a preacher at Lex City Church, a wolf in sheep clothing. Let's get into it. My peoples, listen, man. Listen, this is a touchy situation and we're going to handle it with care. Not going to be sloppy at all about this, man, because there is a child involved. And I will not, let me say that again, I will not mention the child's name. Even though police have already interviewed this young lady, taken a statement, I will not mention her name. Okay? So if you want to go ahead and do your own research and dig in a little bit deeper and do a little bit more praying for this young lady, that's understandable. But for the sake of the young lady, we're not going to mention it because we already know the road already has been too hard. And it's going to be a lot harder for this young lady. So I would recommend that you do look up, investigate, find out, just for the sake of you all who really do pray and really do care. So let's get into this, man, and put our slice on this. Check this out. This is a sad situation. It is too many times are we hearing about instances such as this. So it's just not about damning or cursing. This is about putting the light on the situation. That's what this whole site and this whole movement is about. Is about putting the light on the situations and allowing us to judge them carefully, the situations, so that we not only don't find ourselves in these situations, but that possibly we could help someone else who maybe has been through this, who is going through this, give them the courage to press on or to stand up and say, hey, this is being done, because children should never have to experience this kind of behavior ever, 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 from anyone. Not a teacher, not a pastor, not a parent, not a family member, not never. Let's say just put never all over this. You should never, ever, ever cross the line when it comes to child rearing, child raising, and development of children. When you step across that line, you mess with the development of the child. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's in your own book, Mr. Zachary King. It's in your book, but you failed to see it. He said, if anyone was to harm one of my little children, it'd be better to put a millstone around your neck. Come on. A millstone around your neck and toss you into the water. So it came from the righteous one, the anointed one himself said this, you know. So with that level of intensity, you know, when it comes to what the punishment should be, we'll leave that right there because that came right out of the same book that this man called himself preaching out of. So he got to deal with that. That's on him. That's between him and the maker. But he is going to have to deal with this earthly law and this earthly court. He's going to have to deal with that. They got him set up. They got him ready. And it's going to go down. Here's the thing. There are statistics, you know, on this type of behavior taking place in these churches. And it makes you really question yourself when these type of things occur. And let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen. This is happening all the time. And it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. There is always some form of, let me just say, evil lurking in these churches. It just always raises his head and say, hey, I'm here. I'm right here in your church. So we had to ask ourselves, man, it's a real question, man, of, you know, we know that you can't just go into a box and just hide yourself away from life and living. But man, let me ask you, man, you know, when you go into a place that is supposed to be a place of holiness and a place of righteousness and a place of safety, a place of love, you go to a place that's supposed to represent all of these things. And then you find yourself in the situation of, my child has been touched by the pastor, by the representative of God. That's a deep thought, man. For you to have to take that in as a parent, also, you know, it's so devastating to think about what's going on with the child, but to have to go through this as a parent and say, I brought my child to quote unquote God. And this what happened? You feel me? I mean, come on, now, it don't get no worse than this, man. It is up close and personal. You have to ask yourself, now hold on. I brought my child to a place that I just knew was gonna be safe. I just knew was gonna be the right thing as a parent, man. That's all you trying to do is the right thing for your child, for your family, for your mental health. You're trying to do the right thing. This is supposed to be a place where a person can go and find peace. You're supposed to be beside the living water. This is the place where angels reside. This is supposed to be the place of the Holy Spirit. All of that, now put all that in your mind. Just what I said. All of these things are supposed to be in this arena. But yet and still, the serpent, the evil one, the crafty one, the wolf in sheep clothing, still finds his way past, watch this now, again finds his way past the shepherd. How do the snake and the wolf get past the shepherd? How? The snake and the wolf get past the shepherd. Somebody supposed to have been watching. Somebody supposed to be having some kind of unheard of spider senses or something going on. But no, my point is, what I'm saying is, man, you know, as a parent, we call ourselves bringing our children into a place of righteousness. Not only that, but under the veil and the eyes of the Most High. How is this happening under the veil of the Most High? What does that tell you? What does that tell you if it takes place in situations and places like this? This is the church. And yet still here we find pedophilia in the house of the Lord. Pedophilia. See what I'm saying? Taking place right there. So watch this. Listen to me as parents. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. Y'all listen to what I'm telling you, man. Listen. I'm gonna say this as clear as I can say it, and I want to. This gonna take parents to another level. You got to watch your children closer than God watch them. You got to watch your children closer than Jesus watch them. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. You got to watch your children closer than God watch them. And you got to watch your children closer than Jesus watch them. You got to watch your children closer than the police is watching them. You got to watch your children closer than the judge is watching. You know why? I'm going to tell you something, man, because here we have to step out of the illusions that are in our mind that there is somebody watching our children. Not only just watching, hell, are you gonna do anything? Intervention. Is there going to be any intervention from you? From these entities that we understand and higher powers. But let me tell you something about these entities and these higher powers, man. This is straight out of my mouth. Listen what I'm telling you. Intervention from these, I don't even know what to say about. I don't even know what to call them, man, right now. But I'm telling you, man, listen. It ain't gonna happen. See, here's my point. The reason I say you gotta watch your children closer than God's watching them, closer than Jesus watching them, cause they ain't gonna step in and stop the shit. That's the part that we have to realize and recognize, man, about this whole situation, man. They ain't not stepping in and stopping nothing. I gotta say it. I have to say it, man, because this is the reality. Parents, are you understanding the words that's coming out of my mouth? Listen, man, this is not something that we can leave to chance. We can't leave it to chance, man. We can't leave our children's welfare and best interests to chance. We can't do it. We can't do it. We can't do it. Listen, our children are our future. We can't leave our future to chance. We can't leave our future to a whim or maybe somebody. No, ain't gonna be no maybe somebody watching them. Ain't gonna be no maybe. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna erase the maybe. We gotta erase the maybe when it comes to our children, man. We have to erase the maybes. Cause see now, you know, again, what we have is a child, and this child is now gonna be able to say, who put me in this situation? Who took me to this church? And now the parent gotta live with, damn, did I put this child in harm's way? You feel me? So when you dealing with these churches or clubs or whatever you call yourself putting your child into, guess what the responsibility falls on? It falls on you. And again, this ain't about damnation, man. I'm not damning the parents of this child. I'm speaking to also the parents of who this ain't happened to yet. How about that? I'm speaking to people who need to have a different perspective on what's going on when they taking their children to the church and dropping them off without any supervision. Little girls always need to be in the presence of a woman. I don't care what's going on. Little girls should always be in the presence of a older woman at all times. There should never be a time when an older man, and this person is not your family member. I mean, you gotta watch family members too, but we gotta take all this so-called quote unquote holiness and respect that we got wrapped all around these human beings, these men. They carrying titles. That's it. They title ain't no difference from teacher, police officer. They human beings in a position, in a place, and it's just a title. It means absolutely, positively nothing. It don't reflect nothing about what's going on the inside of this person. Listen, we all know when you get into the elevation of oneself, that's what it's about. Self. It's about, you know, holding yourself accountable in certain situations, man, when you dealing with just religious dogma knock, and that means nothing. That's what that means. This religious nothingness. When you get yourself off into these arenas, man, listen, let me make sense of this. You got to have your head on clear. The only reason people going to a church or to any of these spiritual places is to try to better their life and better themselves. When you get off into these places, man, listen, here's the problem. You got these wolf in sheep clothing, and you don't know who they are until they reveal themselves. But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. In all actuality, I know a lot of people not gonna agree with this, but I'm gonna tell you, man, religion, listen to me close. Because I think people need to really, man, take a look at this perspective that I'm getting ready to drop on y'all. And I'm gonna drop it on you heavy, hard, and without no gloves on. Listen. Religion, okay, is something that a person who has the ability to make cognitive decisions and choices, that's who religion is for. Religion is for adults. People who can say, you know what, I think I might want to try this and make a conscious decision of this, that, or the other. See, here's a problem, man. Here's a problem. You got adults, right? The only reason you go in church is to do what? Better yourself. That means you need work. So are you trying to work on yourself? That's what church is. It's a spiritual place for a person to go get moral surgery. And you work on self. But see, you got to remember, a child don't need no moral surgery. A child is pure. Children don't have the issues and the hang-ups and the problems that adults have. Children don't have that. They don't have it. So why are they here? You see what I'm saying? And it's even in the word, it says it. It says the sick need a doctor. When it's talking about the law, it says those who are well don't need a doctor. So here's the question. Why are you dragging these children up in these places around a bunch of sick individuals? We not looking at it that way. But we need to really be looking at this way. The children are pure, okay? They're pure. It's the adults who have all the sickness in their minds, not the children. So what I'm saying is, listen to what I'm telling you, man. Look at this situation. We are dragging our children into a place. I don't care how pretty it is. I don't care how many glass stained windows you got. I don't care how many pictures of Jesus you got up around and angels and birds in the sky around there. Look what you dragging your children into. Now seriously. Look what you taking your children and dressing them up nice and getting them all prettied up and taking them right into the den of the devil. Are you serious? No, serious. Listen, y'all, look at this. Let's look at this for what this is. You have pedophiles in the church. You have murderers in the church. You have rapists and thieves. And it's just all this. That's what church is for. Church is for all of these sick people to come, right? And they coming of their own free will. Sick. They sick. They know it. Everybody in there know they sick. They coming of their own free will to try to find a spiritual route that can help them in their sickness, whether it be pedophilia, whether it be theft, whether it be any of the sick moral decay that the world is now suffering. Okay, we understand that. But look, the church is a cesspool. And we ain't seeing it and looking at it that way. I'm not saying this in a bad way. Understand what I'm saying, man? I'm saying let's look at it for what it is. The church is a cesspool. So why are we dragging our children to the cesspool? You feel me? Nah, serious, man. Let me flip this and show you is what I'm saying in a different way. Watch this. As an adult, right? You done found yourself in a situation and now you are sickly. You have circumstances and situations that call for you to go to see a physician, right? Now, when you go to the physician, right, as an adult, you're going to go through all kinds, right, of changes. You're going to go through all kinds of medications, and you're going to go through all kinds, you know what I'm saying, of tests. This is what is necessary for you to get a proper diagnosis so that you could get your health back intact. I said all that to say this. Now listen, imagine this. Imagine you as an adult going to see your physician, your doctor, right? You taking your child with you though, right? You're going to take your child with you to the doctor? Okay, watch this. You take your child with you to the doctor, and the doctor says, okay, come on back. So you go on back. But guess what? You take your child back too. And the doctor says, well, we're going to run some tests on you because you're sick and you got a few things going on, and we want to see what this is. So the doctor run the test on you, the adult, with the sickness, with the disease, with the bad whatever. Now, after he run the test on you, he run the test on your child. Why? Ain't nothing wrong with your baby. You the one sick. But you done took your child to the doctor, and now the doctor gonna prescribe you some medicine, right? He gonna say, take this medicine, and take this medicine, right? But guess what the doctor do? He make a prescription for you and the child. Now hold on. The doctor done did what he was supposed to do. I made a prescription. This is for you. Right? But you done brought your child with you. And so now, your child, who ain't got no sickness, ain't got no disease, ain't got no error whatsoever, has been prescribed medication, the same medication that you taking for an issue that you know you got for sure. But this child ain't got the issue. So why is the child taking the same medication you taking? You see my point? You see what's going on here? Do you see what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? We all know. Listen, this is it. This is the one. I'm going to clear your mind right now. We all know that if a child, right, any child is taking medication, the same medication that an adult is taking, and he don't need that, guess what he gonna become? He gonna become either sick, deadly, or dead. One way or another, it ain't gonna turn out right. Because you done gave this child medication he didn't even need. He didn't even need to take that, right? So we on the same page right here, y'all. We on the same page. So check this out. Let me hit you with some of these facts real quick. Over 7,000 claims of abuse by church staff, congregation members, volunteers, or the clergy were made to just 3 insurance companies over a 20-year period. This is the Seattle Post Intelligence, 2007. Recently, a study of over 300 alleged child sexual abuse cases in Protestant Christian congregations found the overwhelming majority took place on church grounds or at home, most frequently carried out by Caucasian male clergy or youth pastors. So this is just facts, man. And that was from an older, seen that 2007, which is 224. I ain't even got the numbers on that on this report. I just happened to pull that one up. If I pull a new report up, it's definitely going to be increasing numbers. It's definitely going to be, because this is how the beast does. It just gets worse. But I definitely wanted to make this point, man. We definitely got to take a new approach to this whole religious situation. And I hope that everyone is able, man, if you ain't, man, to run this back and kind of listen to what I was saying about these children ain't sick. So the children who are not sick don't need to be up in this place. They really don't need to be there. If you're going to teach them the righteousness, let it be taught to them from you and let them see your light shine. Period. It don't got to come from nobody else. Some stranger that call himself a preacher, this, that, and other. Let it come from you. You be the light in their life. You bring that good news home to your good children. Bring it home to them. You know? And I know y'all saying, wow, you mean we should leave our children at home? Man, listen, from the description of what I just gave you, think about it. From the description of what I just gave you, if you the one need the medication, why are you trying to make the child take medication? The child's pure. You remember when it was a time when you was on a pure level? And guess what? It's not like you not going to take what righteousness you receive home to your child. You can take that righteousness home to your child because you know you. You see what the report said, man, it's not only just happening in churches, man. You let these jokers come to your house, they doing it to your children in your house. Or to your husband in your house, or to your wife in your house. You let a wolf in the house, and he gonna tear up everything he can because he don't care nothing about your house, your home, or your family. So the turning on the light is real. We turning this light on so we can save our families. We can save our children from this. We can save our children from heartache and pain that unnecessarily don't have to go through. If you the one need the prescription, you take the prescription. You don't got to drag the children up in there. They don't need it. You need it. See? And that's what we ain't looking at. We got our child sitting right next to us, soaking up his mess, whoop, 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 and the doo-doo-doo. The children is sitting in school all week long. Now you won't make them go set some more next to you because you need some medicine. Nah, it don't work like that, man. Quit robbing them children of their ability and their opportunity to be children. You know? And then what you do is let your light shine. Let you be the beacon. The preacher ain't the beacon. You supposed to be the beacon. You the parent. You the one brought this child into the world. You be the beacon, not the pastor. The pastor is just a mouthpiece. Y'all need to leave it at that. Quit trying to make him into Jesus and elevate him. He's not to be elevated. The preacher is not to be elevated. I don't care what kind of garment he got on, what kind of hat he got on. I don't care what kind of robe he got on. I don't care what he got on. He gonna take it out. And let's hope he don't take it off around your child that you brought up in there. Quit taking these children around these people. These people sick. And they are in need of a savior. They need it. They need somebody to save them. Right? The child don't need that. The child need the parent to save them. See? That's what the child need. Child need to make sure you make the right decision. That's going to save them. The right decision is, don't take me around a whole bunch of sick people. Parents, don't take me around no whole bunch of sick-minded individuals. Yeah, they smiling. Yeah, they grinning. Yeah, they got on ties. Yeah, they got on suits. Yeah, they got on dresses. Yeah, they got on nice shoes. Yeah, they got on rings. Yeah, they got on diamonds. Yeah, they got on gold. Guess what? All of that means absolutely nothing. Okay? The church is full of sick people. That's who's there. That's the reality. Sick-minded individuals who have come to this place to try to find a solution to the pollution in their mind. Why are you taking your babies? Your little cute babies. Your little children up in these places. And your young adults. I don't even call them young adults. Your teenagers. Why are you taking them up in here? The babies. The little big children. And the teenagers. Why are they in here? They not sick. They don't have problems. And they don't have issues. Adults do. So with that in mind, and with that bomb I just dropped on y'all, please consider the next time you decide to take your babies in that place. You know what? Next time you show up at church, let them say, hey, where the kids at home? Oh, really? They ain't coming. I'm the one need this help. They don't need it. They fine. I'm the one need this help. Make a conscious decision to do that. Protect your children. Get the information that you need. Get that spiritual enlightenment that you need. And then take it home to your child and relay it safely. How about we do it that way? That way we ain't got to fall into the pitfalls and the snares. That way we ain't got to get bit by the wolf in sheep clothing. That way we ain't got to worry about the serpent sliding up next to something. You see what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about that because we're not going to put our children in this situation. All right? When you see that church symbol, guess what you seeing? You're seeing like a hospital symbol. Same thing. Let that register in your mind now when you see that up there. When you see that cross, think about sickness. All right? Don't take your children up in that, man. You take the message home to them. Y'all get it right and let the light shine on you. And if not, we're going to turn it on anyway and let everybody see the light. Because the light is going to help us make it through the night. Take it easy. Get back at me. Peace.
Yeah. We turning on the light. That's right. Yeah. We turning on the light. Check it out. Turning on the light so everybody can see what's going on tonight, right? Let everybody see what you're doing in the darkness.